since my love up and got lost on me. And every breath that I've been taking since you left feels like a waste on me. I've been holding on to hope that you'll come back when you can find some peace. 'Cause every word that I've heard spoken since you left feels like a hollow street. I've been told to get you off my mind, but I hope I never lose the bruises that you left behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. And if only I could hold you, you'd keep my head from going under. Maybe I'm just being blinded by the brighter side of what we are because it's over. Well, there must be something in the tide. I've been told to get you off my mind, but I hope I never lose the bruises that you left behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. Counting days since my love up and got lost on me. Every breath that I've been taking since you left feels like a waste on me. I've been holding on to hope that you'll come back when you can find some peace. 'Cause every word that I've heard spoken since you left feels like a hollow street. I've been told to get you off my mind, but I hope I never lose the bruises that you left behind. Oh my Lord, I need you by my side. There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder. And if only I could hold you, you'd keep my head from going under. From the day we arrive on the planet, in blinking, step into the sun. There's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. But for one last time, I'll take this ride and just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge and ride. Died 1,000 times, but maybe I could be the one riding to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
Good evening, one and all, and welcome to XFR Formula 2 Division. This time it's round 8, and we're in the streets of the Baku city centre. It is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So the Baku city circuit, 3.7 miles long, and it is a challenging test for all of our drivers here today. 6 kilometers, just over 6 kilometers, sorry. First race was known as the European Grand Prix back in 2016. And then following year later, inaugural Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we have had classics ever since this has arrived on the calendar. We ride on board with TES Carroll on his outlap. Be interesting to see how our drivers cope with a very challenging circuit. TES Carroll will be the first driver to set a lap. So the Baku city circuit is the second longest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar after circuit the Spa-Francorchamps, of course. And the race lap record is held by Charles Leclerc with a 1:43.009, and the qualifying unofficially is 1:40.495. So Carroll is on his flying lap. Let's put the track map on for the full track map. So, sorry, it will be TES Rosberg with the first lap. Not too sure on the weather, but it certainly looks clear at the moment. Rosberg, currently purple in Sector 1. Of course, he will be the first driver to set a time, the Alfa Romeo driver. I will just go through the standard at the moment. The Renault driver, Risky Andy, leads the way on 120 points, followed by TES Swayze on 96. TES Carroll for Alpha Tauri is on 87 in third place, and Joycey 1993, also Alpha Tauri, who isn't here this evening, is on 57. That's the same as TES Big Will for the Red Bull team, 57 points as well, and TES Madman is P6 for McLaren. Watch Rosberg going through the extremely fast Sector 3. DRS pops open now. Getting a nice toe from the racing point ahead as well. Let's see what TES Rosberg sets as the benchmark. It's a 139.9. Now here comes TES Carroll. What can the Northern Irishman do? It's only a 143.3 at this moment in time. What about Big Will? Where does Big Will go? Big Will goes second on the medium tyre with a 142.1. Norris with a 146.3 on the soft. I'd imagine that's just a banker lap at the moment. Here comes Risky Andy to go P2 with a 140.9, so still a second off of TES Rosberg. Howitzer 44 goes P4, second fastest runner on the medium tyres. Let's go on board with TES Sambo, who is on mediums also. And he jumps TES Carroll with a 142.5. Not far off of Howie's time at all. Warder with a very slow banker lap. Oh, Warder! He's managed to keep hold of it, just about. But 154.7 isn't really where you want to be at the moment, Gareth. There's Mello in the second Ferrari. Goes P3 with a 141.7 on the soft tyre. TES Swayze now. See what he can do on the mediums. Oh, what? Swayze's very laggy. Maybe he's on his flying lap now. He has backed out of it. So TES Dom on the medium tyres still in the pit lane. Roland still in the pit lane on soft tyres as well. TES Madman has just come out on a set of soft tyres. And the difference in time between the softs and the medium tyre is about 0.6 of a second, and the hards are a whopping 1.2 seconds slower than the soft. TES Swayze did sell a lap and it's P4 with a 141.7 on the mediums. Beastie NUFC has just gone P3 on the mediums, but 2 lap old. Not too sure if he wants to do that, but we will ride on board with TES Madman. Unlucky not to win last time out in the streets of Monaco. Picked up a penalty which gave TES Swayze the victory in the tight, narrow streets of Monaco. So purple sector 1 for Madman. See how he fares coming up to the castle section. Nice cut, we'll ride on board. Looking smooth through castle. 7 all the way up to 8th gear for a very tricky braking zone. And nicely Roland gets out the way nice and quickly for the McLaren driver. Seems to have lost a little bit of time through sector 2. Gear flat out all the way to the line for over a kilometre, And he goes P1 with a 1:39.8. That is the new benchmark time that our drivers have to beat. Roland now on a lap. Right behind him. May pick up a toe off of the McLaren driver. Hopefully Madman sees him coming and will get out of the way when he can. Little bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 3. Turn 4's a little bit wide. That may have lost some time there. So 35.5 in the first sector. Going through the trickiest part of the racetrack now. Through Castle. Clips it nicely. Down into second gear. Keeping it in second. A little bit of wheel spin. Just over 8 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Purple sector 2 for the Dutchman. Flat out. You could really be doing with a toe here, but let's see what Roland can do. It's going to be in the 40s. It's a 1:40.5. Good enough for P3 for TES Roland. Back on board with Warder 0 as he comes into the pit lane. Rosberg is on an out lap. Let's go on board with Dom. 1:39.7 from TES Rosberg. Just over a tenth quicker than TES Madman. 95 in the McLaren. Dom flat out towards the line on medium tyres. What does TES Dom do? He jumps Norris with a 1:43.5. 7 minutes to go. Jump on board with Andy through the castle section. It's 8 tenths up. It is a purple sector 2 for the time being. He's on a 1:40.9, just behind his teammates at the moment. Let's see what Andy can do. DRS pops open. Getting on to 210 miles an hour across the line. Jumps his teammate with a 1:40.1. Now, what would it be now? Roland, I would imagine, is coming in. Madman is on an out lap. Norris still in the pit lane. Sambo just coming through castle section. No, sorry, Mello. No, I don't know who's next. Who's next? It is Sambo. If only I had a proper screen like Sky F1. Up through the gears, keeping it in 6th. 3rd gear for the tightening left-hander, and now flat out to the line. 7th, 8th gear mid-corner. Looking nice and planted is that McLaren. .335 kilometers an hour across the line. Goes P4 with a 1:40.3. Very good lap. Swayze improves to a 1:39.9. So the top 3 very, very close at the moment. Odo 1:41.4 for the Ferrari driver. Warder has just started a lap. There's an AlphaTauri of TES Carroll about to start a lap. We'll jump on board with the one and only Mercedes driver this evening on new medium tyres. Forgot to open his DRS, which definitely won't help. Should be able to improve. Currently P10. Miller gets well out of the way of the silver arrow. I don't know what to call it anymore. Is it a silver arrow or is it a black arrow now? Nine 1/100ths of a second down on his current time, but that's to be expected on the medium tyres. Third gear through the castle section. Little bit of a wobble, but he's managed to hold it. Big oversteer moment coming out of the castle section. Down to second gear. He's a 10th up on his time, so he has found time. Wouldn't go with the game. I think that's a fake purple. Oh no, we'll just come into the fix and he's hit the wall. Twice. See what TES Carroll can do. P1 with a 1:39.711. The day before his birthday, the day before his 18th birthday, TES Carroll manages. Oh, I say provisional pole, and then TES Madman comes out with that. A 1:39.603, a very, very good time from TES Madman. Now, Beastie NUFC has started a lap. Big Will is on an outlap. TES Dom would be after Beastie then. Let's see what the Williams driver can do. 2 minutes 10 seconds to go in this qualifying session here at Baku. On board with Beastie NUFC. The Williams driver had a very good qualifying at Monaco, but the race didn't quite happen for him. Couple of mistakes meant he dropped down the field a little bit. Backed out. Beastie has backed out, so we'll jump on board with TES Dom now. He's coming through the castle section. Second gear is a little bit slow there, Dom. Still wearing the tribute helmet for Chadwick Boseman and Antoine Hubert. May they rest in peace. Keeping it away from the wall nicely. Does he improve on his Sector 2 time? He's 1.3 seconds up on his best time, so that will put him P11 at the moment. Unless he finds a lot of time now, then we don't really know, do we? But what can TES Dom do? Goes P10 with a 1:41.9, so he jumped Big Will for now. So he's currently P10. Beastie seems to be going again, and is Rosberg. Let's jump on board with him. He's 2 tenths up. This will put him pole. 20 seconds to go of this qualifying session here in Azerbaijan. 4 tenths up. Let's have a look at the time that Rosberg does through the flat out Sector 3. Quick left-right chicane, slight right-hand kink, 8th gear, 320 kilometers an hour. DRS open, an extra 15 kilometers an hour able to be gained. What does Rosberg do? It's a 1:39.4 right at the end of the session. And Rosberg has set the benchmark. Mello is about to start his lap, But we'll go on board with Big Will, who's backed out of it. He's happy with P8. It's a 140.7 for the Scotsman in the Red Bull. What's happened to Mello? He's gone straight on at turn 1. Okay, so we'll jump on board with Beastie. No, we'll jump on board with Norris first. On board with TES Norris. DRS open, he should just about have enough fuel. 336.7 kilometers an hour. He doesn't improve. Well, he does improve, but not enough. Beastie goes P6 with a 140.1. Very good lap indeed there. Risky Andy across the line, P5. What about TES Roland? Stays P8 with a 140.5. Andy 140.1. Now, Carroll and Madman. No, Carroll's come in. So TES Madman on a lap. The only one left. Can he get pole position here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Right on board with him. Here's a couple of attempts up. He's run a little bit wide though. Might have affected his time. He's got traffic to deal with. But just about got out of the way. See what the man from Kent can do. 2 temps up. Madman second. He hasn't. Has he backed out of that? He has. He must have retired on track. Ryan, if you're in the chat, let me know what happened. I don't really know what happened. Unless he ran out of time, of course. But we have our grid. TES Rosberg lines up on pole position for the Alfa Romeo Racing Team. TES Madman alongside, just over a tenth behind for McLaren. TES Carroll in the Alpha Tauri P3. TES Swayze is P4 for Racing Point. P5 is Risky Andy 666 for Renault. P6 is BCN UFC. P7 TES Sambo. P8 is TES Roland for Red Bull. Renault, sorry. P8 is someone. TES Big Will for Red Bull. There we go. I know why I said Red Bull. And P9. P8 is TES Roland for Renault. P9 TES Big Will for Red Bull. And Mello 888 for Ferrari rounds out the top 10. TES Dom. P11. P12 is Warder 0. P13 is Howitzer 44. And P14 is TES Norris. All with a free choice of tyre. Oh, there's a new pit stop thing. Oh, nice. Okay, so we are waiting for our drivers to get this Grand Prix underway. But first, the Azerbaijan national anthem. I don't know about anyone else, but that national anthem sounds like a Bond villain theme tune. Not sure about anyone else, but that's what it certainly sounds like for me. But we will go through the grid one more time for you guys. TES Rosberg, pole position for Alfa Romeo. TES Madman, 95 for McLaren P2. P3 is TES Carroll, hoping to get some more points on his teammate. Currently sat P3 in the championship. P4 is TES Swayze for the BWT Racing Point Formula 1 team. P5 is our championship leader for Renault. It is Risky Andy 666. P6 is Beastie in UFC. After a good qualifying last week, he'll be happy with a P6 start here at Baku, I'm sure. P7 TES Sambo in what I think is his best qualifying of the season so far. P8 is TES Roland the Dutchman. Let's see what he can do from there on the soft tyres, of course. P9 is TES Big Will for Red Bull. And P10, rounding out the top 10, all on the soft tyres, of course, is Mello 888 for Ferrari. P11, TES Dom, starting on the medium tyres. P12 is Water Zero for Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. Also, it's just switched back over to softs, but he's starting on the softs. Going for the aggressive strategy is the Mercedes driver. Howitzer 44 for Ferrari, starting on the hards in 13th. And also starting on the hards, coming up from the rear, in the Williams is TES Norris. So keep an eye on them hard runners, of course. Be very interesting to see. And it is 10 o'clock. So we should be about to get underway for XFR's Formula 2 division, round number 8 here in Azerbaijan. So we are just about ready for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix as TES Rosberg leads us onto the formation lap in his Alfa Romeo. Excuse me. So 26 laps of the Baku city centre circuit coming up. So the one-stop strategy, soft to hard, pitting between laps 6 and 7. Should be very interesting to see. Let's put the tyres fitted on. So Warder is going for the aggressive strategy in the Mercedes on the soft tyres, hoping to gain some positions at the start. Howitzer 44 for Ferrari and TES Norris for Williams, starting on the hard tyres. Dom, the only one outside the top 10, opting for the medium tyres. Keep an eye on the Red Bull, the Ferrari and the Williams at the back. Oh my god! Howitzer nearly clattered Water Zero then. Would love another predicted pit stop strategy, please, Codemasters. So, one stop, hard to soft, pitting between lap 18 and 21. So, Howie and Norris seem to be going very long indeed, hoping to get on them soft tyres at the end for an extra bit of pace. Now, medium soft should be just about doable for Dom. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. And Madman has backed right up. That Rosberg's slowing down so everyone else can catch back up. There, the game takes control, does it? It does. And we have a mating ritual. Oh! And there's a AlphaTauri out of nowhere. Just saying, basically, get on with this shit. So we're just waiting for all the drivers to line up in the correct grid slots. Norris lining up at the back. Keep this camera angle and we will be golden. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Rosberg got an okay start, but Madman looking to go up the inside. No, Carroll ran the outside. Oh, very close to the wall indeed. So it is TES Rosberg who leads TES Madman, who leads TES Carroll, and Swayze is up into P3. There is damage on the Renault with Risky Andy. Beasties in the middle there. Gone left to go past TES. Swayze has he? Is he going down the inside? Yes, he is, and he is up into P4, I believe. Norris is somehow leading this race. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. What's happened there? That's a racing point of Swayze facing the wrong way round. And I think it's just best to do a reset to track there, Swayze, before you get disqualified. But it is Rosberg who leads TES Madman, who leads TES Carroll, who leads Beastie NUFC up into P4. Roland has jumped from P8 to P5. Risky Andy hasn't had the start he wanted to. Down in P6, Will is up to P7. And all over the back of Risky Andy with damage to that Renault, of course. Let's see what TES Big Will can do. As we ride on board with the Red Bull driver, ignore the blue flags, there aren't really blue flags. Will has a mega run on Andy here. Walder has got past Sambo and there's damage to the McLaren. Big damage to Sambo's McLaren there. Walder kind of went for a move. Sambo clipped the wall. But Big Will has got past Risky Andy already. Andy does come into the pits. I predict hard tyres. Howie up into P9 from the back. Norris P12. Oh, outbraking Dom there. Trying to outbrake Dom, but outbroke himself. It is hard tyres for Andy. Swayze will be coming in as well for hard tyres, I'd imagine. But Rosberg, 7 tenths in the lead to TES Madman, who is hot on his heels. Beastie is... Oh my, I'm lost. Rosberg is still leading, I know that much. It will sort itself out in a minute. I think we just need to get to Sector 3 before it properly sorts itself out, because I have no timings. Apart from now, still 7 tenths in a second. Carroll still in P3. No damage to the front runners, as far as I can see. Beastie, P4, 1.3 seconds behind TES Carroll, and has TES Roland on a mission behind him. Lap. This isn't lap 3. The next lap is lap 3. A little bit of a slide from Rosberg there. Madman is very close. That's not 7 tenths at all. He's got the run. Overtake. Use a little bit. Oh, that's very close between the McLaren and the Alpha. Overtake button. Probably Rich Mix as well. Going towards the line. Madman with the fastest lap. Does he outbrake Rosberg to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. Rosberg gets back ahead and Roland's in the pits. Roland must have damage, but we will stay on board with this battle. DRS open for the McLaren. These two need to think about Carroll behind as well. Medium tyres for Roland, and Mello's in the pits as well. Medium tyres also for him. And Beastie is not really catching these guys, but Carroll hopefully be able to pick off any a couple of positions should Rosberg and Madman come together. Madman definitely looking the more comfortable following Rosberg. Carroll has got damage now. He's clipped the castle section. Not good for the Northern Irishman. So he is probably going to lose time to Beastie as well now. He doesn't have damage. He's got a full front wing. And Madman is going to get an incredible tow down this massive back straight. Right on board with the McLaren driver, who will be looking to make a move on TES Rosberg. He's held it. Has he got damage? No. He's somehow managed to keep it out of the wall. Barely any ERS for the McLaren driver. Carroll pits. Got to be hard tyres. Beastie has been promoted into the podium positions. Big Will up into 4th place. Sambo 5th, still with damage. Warder 6th. Howie 7th on the hards. Norris 8th on the hards. Dom 9th on the mediums. Carroll gone onto hard tyres in 10th. And is looking like he's going to come out ahead of TES Roland here. And he does. So he's still in the points positions, is TES Carroll. Swayze has to pray for a safety car, but Rosberg and Madman still extremely close. Lap 4 of 26 here. Ride on the front wing of the McLaren, getting very close to the Alfa Romeo, who's a little bit twitchy, out of the castle. And now flat out for a couple of corners. It's a triple left-hander technically. No braking until now. And the McLaren is all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. You can only reckon it's a matter of time before Madman gets this move done. Let's ride on board with the McLaren. Flipping the curves nicely. He has the run. Doesn't really need to use overtake. He'll have the DRS. There's the DRS open. Madman's going for a move. Rosberg's gone for the undercut. Madman has been promoted into P1. Beastie P2. Big Will coming in now. Sambo carries on for another lap, so he's currently 3rd position. Warder is P4. Lap 5 of 26. Will has gone on to the medium tyres. That's a ballsy move from the Red Bull driver, it must be said. But Madman leads this Grand Prix by 4 seconds to Beastie NUFC. And Carroll has got ahead of TES Big Will. But Will will have DRS. And a lot of overtake. Is going to feel a lot happier on these tyres compared to TES Carroll on the hards. Go on board with Norris, who is right behind TES Rosberg. There's Dom for company as well. Or Dom has mucked the castle section up a little bit. That's allowed Norris to break the DRS. 1.1 seconds. Dom is behind Norris. On board with the leader, TES Madman, who's going another lap. Now the pit window is open for a 2-stop. No. 4.6 seconds is the gap between Madman and this man right here, Beastie NUFC. Keeping it nice and cool is Beastie. Doesn't need to do much. He's got a nice 5.4 second gap to Sambo behind, who has a very racy Warder Zero behind him. And Big Will has got past TES Carroll with DRS down into turn 1. But Carroll is coming back at the Scotsman. He'll have DRS down towards turn 3. But he doesn't have enough to get past the Red Bull. Roland down in P11. A bit on his own at the moment. But if we're talking about on their own, it is TES Swayze on the mediums. Right at the back in P14. Now Madman has opened up a 5-second gap to Beastie behind. Just needs to keep it cool and not get any penalties. Take that message, Madman. Don't get any penalties. You're in a very, very good position here. Barely any ERS for the McLaren driver, who is pitting. 5-second penalty for Swayze. And that's a very odd place. And it's a safety car. This is perfect for TES Madman. Absolutely perfect. Hard tyres going on, and he will come out in the lead. Beastie should. No, Beastie's going to be jumped by Howie and Rosberg here. Madman is out in the lead. What a perfectly timed safety car for TES Madman. Howie P2, TES Rosberg P3, TES Norris P4, Beastie comes out P5, does he? Just ahead of Dom. Beastie is on the hard tyres, Dom on the mediums, Will on fresh mediums, Sambo on fresh hards, Warder on fresh mediums, and Andy on hard tyres as well. Carroll and Roland have decided to pit. It's a good thing it's a safety car, because they would be absolutely nowhere at the moment. So it would be interesting to see what happened to TES Swayze. Only he could tell us. But we do have a safety car. Rosberg is going to be stuck behind Howie, who has damage as well. So that's going to have to be a wing change for the Ferrari driver. Norris, if you're listening, Howie has front right end plate damage. So Big Will be hoping Dom doesn't hold him up for too long. Sambo right behind Will as well. Warder catching back up to the pack on fresh medium tyres. It is looking a bit grey, I must say, for the sky. Lap number 8, and Dom's pitted. So Big Will is back up into P6. What does TES Dom go on to? It will be hard tyres, won't it? No, it's mediums. Dom is going for a 2-stop strategy here. And Carroll's in the pits again. For mediums to the end. Good call that. Good call from Carroll there. I'm not sure why Dom's gone back onto mediums. That's just ruined his race completely. So, TES Madman once again finds himself leading this Grand Prix. On hard tyres. So we'll go to pit stops. So I like this new feature. This feature's good. I like this. It even has the pit stop times. Look at that. I like this. Well done, Codemasters. Shame the rest of the game's broken. But currently, the fastest pit stop time was from TES Rosberg with a 2.568 second stop. So Carroll had that as well. So they're both joint for that. But because Rosberg got it first, that's how it works. No, sorry, Dom has the quickest time with a 2.609. No, I'm lost now. 2.568, yes, that is the fastest time. Ignore me! So Rosberg would get the fastest pit stop award. Now, the safety car is in this lap. Madman is going to have to judge this perfectly. He's going to want to go as soon as he gets to the line, really. But we don't want to see another Mugello. Although that will certainly spice things up a bit. Don't go yet. Not yet. He knows. He knows when to go. Waiting very long, and he has had a very good safety car restart, but TES Rosberg straight past Howitzer 44 with that damage. How he manages to keep it on the track, but Beastie right behind him on fresh hards as well. It's a Williams 4-5 at the moment. Of course, Norris still has to pit, but I don't suspect it'll be long until Beastie tries to go past Howitzer here. Sambo is past Big Will, and so is Warder. What's happened to the Red Bull? Will on the inside, still side by side with Warder 0, looking to go around the outside of turn, oh, what's that, 5 or 6? Oh, what? Warder's clipped the wall. Andy and Roland are going to go past here, are they? Oh my god, what a mess this is at the back, but look how close everyone is. Oh, Andy's... Oh, what's Andy doing? No, 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 Andy. That's caught on stream as well. I will clip that for you, Gareth. 1/10 of a second between Rosberg and Madman back up front. Beastie back up into P3. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Who's that? That's Roland. That's the wrong way round, is it? Yes, it is. Howitzer's retired as well. And we have another safety car. What on earth is happening here at Baku? Careful, Roland. Oh, well done for getting that stopped. Big damage to Warder 0 and TES Roland. Has Dom got any damage? No, he's managed to keep out the way of it. So well done to Dom. Wow, I don't know what else to say, really. Now, if you were Madman, would you have boxed for new medium tyres? Madman is coming back up to the safety car. What an incredible opening 10 laps we've had here at Baku. Still plenty to go. 17 laps left of this incredible racetrack, and boy do we have a fight on our hands. I have no idea what happened going in towards the castle section, but that was an absolute mess. Roland's gone for soft tyres, Walder's gone for mediums. Oh my, I really don't know what to say. If any of the drivers are in the chat, I would love to know what happened there. But don't do it yet. I'm going to drop into Warder Zero's stream very quickly, just to let him know I got his incident on stream. what an incredible race we've had so far. Lap 10 of 26. Rosberg pitted again. Rosberg has pitted again. Now, very, very interesting indeed. Huh, that's great. So, I'm just gonna watch Water Zero stream for a minute. Right, let's join back quickly. I will be back in my chat in a second.
I can't remember, to be perfectly honest, but I think so. I'm like 2 seconds later, Risky Andy.
Right, we are back in. Gareth, I am still streaming, mate. I'm back in, don't worry. I've just got your stream on as well. I suspect the safety car will be back in this lap, and it is. So, is Madman going to judge this correctly? Right, full attention, back to the race for the last 16 laps, will be 15 as we go across the line. Beastie is P2. Norris is P3, still hasn't pitted yet. Will and Sambo are in a very, very good position here. Madman has gone and has caught the others napping. Here goes Sambo for P3. Goes straight on at turn 1. Clips the wall. Oh, Will, no. Was that Will? It was Will. Very, very sideways coming out of turn 1 there. Hopefully he can fight back. He's got fresher tyres compared to everyone else around him. Risky Andy is P6. Carroll gets past Norris for P4. He's looking to challenge Sambo down the inside. There's more contact. This isn't very good racing at the moment, but boy is it fun to watch. Yellow flag, sector 1, and that's Water Zero. What's happened to the Mercedes driver? He's got damage on his front wing. It's gone from bad to worse for Water. But Madman leads Beastie, who leads TES Sambo. It's a McLaren 1-3 here. Unless Carroll can change that, of course. No damage to the AlphaTauri. There is damage to the Williams. He has both Renaults steaming up behind him. Mello, Big Will and Rosberg all very close here. Right on board with Rosberg for now. No DRS, of course. Will has a great run here on Mello. Looks to close the inside, but the move's done already. Will back up into P8. Is now after TES Rowland, who's going to go past his teammate as well as Norris as Norris pits. TES Rowland up into P5. Very, very aggressive strategy from Rowland. Norris and Dom in the pits, Warder in the pits as well. Carroll closing in on Sambo. Can he do anything? That's the question. So Norris will come out in P10 here, I believe. Front wing change. Front wing change for Dom and a front wing change for Warder as well. Medium tyres for Norris, who comes out in P10. A little bit behind Mello, of course. But Beastie's got past Madman. I apologise massively. Beastie has got past TES Madman. Not too sure what's happened there. No damage on the McLaren. Now he just needs to put Beastie under a lot of pressure to get that position back. Lap 13 of 26. Sambo is P3 at the moment for McLaren as well. TES Carroll right behind him though. Jump on board with the AlphaTauri driver. Much fresher tyres, medium tyres of course. DRS will not be enabled this lap. Madman seems to have dropped behind Beastie a little bit, who has a lot more ERS to play with. If he stays in overtake for much longer, he won't. Carroll late on the brakes compared to Sambo. It's all over the back of that McLaren. Sambo's going to be hanging on for dear life. DRS open, overtake enabled. Rich mix probably as well. Is Carroll going to go down the inside of Sambo here? No, thinks better of it. Doesn't want to risk his race. Sambo was a little bit wide there. No damage to either driver. Roland catching up to these guys as well, but I suspect Roland will have to pit again. He is on 3-lap-old soft tyres. They definitely won't go to the end. Now Madman is struggling big time on these hard tyres. Beastie is starting to pull away. Now if Will can stay with Rosberg, he might be able to fight his way back up into a decent position. Oh, he's clipped his wing and the other part of it as well is gone now. Really, really bad luck for TES Big Will. I suspect that's his race over. Norris will be promoted if Will has to pit again. And the gap is starting to come back down up front. 1.1 seconds between Beastie and Madman. DRS detection is there, but is not quite within a second. Carroll is though. Should be an easy enough move. And it is. For the AlphaTauri driver. Up into P3. Got his sights on another McLaren. Boy, he must be getting annoyed with these orange cars. Big Will is in the pits. Probably for a new set of medium tyres. Is new mediums. Front wing change as well. Norris will jump Big Will here, but Big Will should come out in P10. A brand new set of medium tyres. 1.6 seconds up ahead for TES Madman. Really struggling. Really struggling on these hard tyres. He now has Carroll to worry about. Just needs to keep it calm. I'm not going to look at penalties. I don't want to ruin the race. We're not looking at penalties. It is lap 15 of 26. And Carroll looks very, very happy on these mediums compared to the hard runners ahead. We will get DRS on Madman. Is Sambo within a second? Not quite within a second. But Carroll is looking very racy. and has a lot more overtake to play with. This is going to be an easy move down the inside for TES Carroll and the AlphaTauri team. Madman's trying to stick it around the outside though, and has kept P2 for now. It's only a matter of time before this man right here, TES Carroll, gets past the McLaren driver of Madman. 11 laps to go. TES Carroll making Madman's mirrors white and blue. And Beastie is starting to gap the guys behind, which is very, very good news. Mello is in the pits with new mediums. Has allowed Will to catch up a little bit. Beastie is in a very, very good position here. 1.7 seconds to TES Madman behind. TES Norris in P8, but has Mello behind him. Sambo's still there or thereabouts behind TES Carroll. One thing I am happy with, it's a TES 1 through 6. So, happy days, I guess. Beastie 1.1 seconds ahead of TES Madman. TES Carroll gaining by the meter. DRS wide open. Back on board with Madman. Down the inside again goes TES Carroll. And has finally got it done. Roland is back in the pits. Rosberg up into P5 now. Sambo right behind Madman now. Madman still behind Carroll. Braking the dirty air so we can actually make the turn. Roland comes out in P7, so it is still a Renault 167, sorry, not a 1-2. Water 0 with the fastest lap. Let's give this guy a bit of airtime. On the soft tyres, of course. That's the fastest lap of the race. Beastie 1.4 seconds clear of TES Carroll. Still a fair way to go in this Grand Prix. 10 laps, sorry, 9.5, maybe even less than that. What a race we've had so far, and it's far from over. 1.3 seconds is the gap for TES Carroll to close down in the closing stages of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and he has looked very comfortable on these medium tyres. Go on board with the McLaren pair, both on the same lap old hard tyres, but Sambo is looking a lot more racy than TES Madman, who has no... Oh, Rosberg's retired! That's another safety car! That is absolutely gutting for TES Rosberg, coming out of the left-right chicane. Can we see his car? We can. Roland back up into P6. Andy has pitted. Has got it stopped. Now, if you're Beastie, do you go mediums? Personally, I would. More than enough time to gain back them positions. Andy has put no mediums on. Warder comes into the pits, probably for a new set of softs. Is it softs? No, it's mediums for Warder. Dom carries on and is promoted into P10. This will bunch everyone right back up again. They are 3-lap old mediums for Water 0, but they will make the end comfortably. Now there is still a delta for everyone. The safety car is waiting just after turn 2, where Water 0 is now. So he will be allowed to pass the safety car. And does so. Unlucky Rosberg. What happened, mate? Explain it as best as you can in the chat. What does Beastie and UFC do? The third safety car of the race. Beastie is pitting. Beastie is pitting. Carroll is pitting. Madman is pitting. Sambo is pitting. No! McLaren! Sambo's going to be held massively here. What goes on? There's soft tyres for Madman. Mediums for Carroll. Mediums for Beastie. Now Madman is in a fantastic position now. On them soft tyres. Brand new. Sambo on soft tyres as well. Roland has jumped TES Sambo because of the double stack. And he will be fuming about that. Lost it through the last sector, hit the wall and then couldn't control it and hit the opposite wall and front left came off. Oh, that's gutting, man. After such an impressive qualifying session. Just come back stronger for Canada next week. Well, that'll be a good race to commentate on. But boy, do we've got a sprint race on our hands now. Now, are the other two, are Beastie and TES Carroll shouting inside their crash helmets that they didn't go on to softs? Madman with the big boy brain strategy now on brand new soft tyres. Norris on brand new soft tyres as well. Dom's come in for an old set of mediums, but will make the end. Will is still in P8, back where he qualified. But what an opportunity for the McLaren driver. He's able to preserve ERS, save some fuel, keep them tyres in the perfect operating window. And we are going to have at least another lap of this safety car. And what an ending to a Grand Prix we're going to have here. If you thought this race was boring, firstly, I don't know how this race is boring, but if you did think it was boring, it's not going to be anymore. What a race we have on our hands for the final 6 laps of this Grand Prix. Now, I did gain another follower, but it hasn't popped up telling me who. Give me a second, chat. We'll go back onto Twitch. Rosberg, how have you only just followed me? But thank you. Appreciate it. My 315th. If I had a prize, I'd give it to you, but unfortunately I don't. Six laps to go here at Baku. Order Zero catching back up to the TES Norris, keeping some temperature in his medium tyres. Now, what national anthem are we going to hear? Of course, the top 3 are all British, but after that, we're going to have an Italian national anthem, or no national anthem, because we don't play the British national anthem twice. Beastie, P1. TES Carroll, P2. TES Madman, P3. TES Roland, P4. TES Sambo, P5. I'm on fire, I'm on fire! Ow! I'm not on fire anymore, but I can't wait to see how this Grand Prix pans out. Of course, you can't look much further than both McLarens, both on the soft tyres. They could be on for a very, very good result here. Now, safety car should be in this lap. Let's ride on board with our current race leader, Beastie NUFC. A faultless performance so far from the Berkshireman. Safety car in this lap. Back in the pack, right up, letting the safety car get a bit of distance. Wants to go as late as he can so he doesn't give a toe to the other 10 drivers behind him. Waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. And he's gone early. It has caught Carroll out a little bit, but he is using overtake. So is Beastie, so is Madman. Madman in a very, very good position now. On the soft tyres. Roland's going to be doing absolutely everything to keep Sambo behind him. Big Will has got past TES Norris, but is on the fresher soft tyres. That is TES Norris. Walder right behind Norris as well. Dom hanging back a little bit from these two because there could be an accident, but there isn't, which is good to see. Now Roland looking all over the place on them medium tyres. Here comes TES Sambo, but thinks better of it. Roland, for now, keeps P4. Madman chasing down that victory that just won't come for him as of yet. But is all over the back of TES Carroll. No DRS, of course, until the end of the next lap. It is Williams, followed by AlphaTauri, followed by McLaren. The current top three in that order, but no one can call this race yet. Who will win? Let me know in the chat who you think will win this Grand Prix. Carroll trying to stay in the slipstream of Beastie. Here comes Madman. Doesn't go for the move, which is a good call. Bubble thinks Beastie. Welcome to the stream, Bubble. And Madman trying to get past the Northern Irishman of TES Carroll. Hasn't got the speed because DRS is not enabled until the end of this lap, which is probably bugging him. Sambo still can't get past Roland. There's a yellow flag. Mello has lost it. Coming out of turn 3. Be careful. This is a bit Austin Powers like at the moment, bud. And that's going to be another pit stop for the Ferrari driver. 8/10 of a second separate Carroll and Beastie. Just over a second separate the top three. And Sambo is probably screaming at Roland to get out the way. But look at Madman. Look at the pace he's got on the soft tyres compared to TES Carroll and Beastie. Now we know the soft tyres are about 6/10 of a second quicker than mediums, especially around here. We are about to start lap 23. There are 4 laps to go here at Baku. We're on lap 23 now, and Madman still can't get past TES Carroll, but DRS is now enabled, and we'll have DRS in the run down to turn 3. Carroll will have DRS as well though. And Madman has eaten most of his DRS up again. This is not helpful. Yellow flag in sector 3, that's Mello, who now has clipped the wall again. Sambo has finally got past Roland. Is there damage on that McLaren? There's damage on that McLaren for TES Sambo. That's going to be a little bit of a mobile chicane, if I may say. Still, the battle for the lead goes on. Carroll starting to close in on Beastie. We're not looking at penalties. We do not want to ruin it. Unless, of course, it pops up in the bottom left. But look how close. Less than a second separate the top three. Madman really needs to save his ERS. He has had a better exit, though. It's a purple sector 2. Right on board with the McLaren. Oh, what's happened to Carroll? That's awful. What happened there? Absolutely gutting for Madman. What was Carroll doing? It's another safety car. What? That car cannot move. What on earth happened there? This race could end under safety car. What on earth happened? What actually happened? Oh my god. What a crazy, crazy race. It's absolutely mad. The Beastie, if I were him, I would keep track position. And he is doing. So that has promoted TES Roland onto the podium from P8 on the grid. Now I have no idea what Carroll was doing going through that fast left-right chicane. Carroll has more damage and is coming back into the pit lane. Beastie is behind the safety car. We're on the penultimate lap here at Baku. And Sambo could be on for a shock victory. There is going to be no DRS, of course, guys, remember. No DRS because of the safety car. You could not call this winner. Personally, it's between Beastie and Sambo. But my word, what an incredible race we've had here. Now, Warder Zero is behind Risky Andy, who... I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to have to. Completely destroyed Warder's race. That was called on stream. But my word, what an ending we have had. What a race we have had here at Baku this evening. It's nearly 11 PM in British Summer Time. We would have been finished by now. Oh my god. We're going to have one lap of racing, aren't we? Safety car is in this lap. And before this race starts, I need to calm my throat down. I need a drink. I still have no idea what happened. But look at this group of cars now. Anyone could win this. Beastie has gone. Sambo's gone as well, and Roland all over the back of Sambo. We are on the final lap of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Beastie currently with the advantage in P1 for Williams. He's had a moment though. Penalties could still play a factor here. I really don't know who to go on board with. Here comes Norris on. Oh, can't quite get past TES Big Will. Jono saying, come on Ben. 7/10 of a second separates TES Sambo and BCN UFC. Oh my god, what a race we have had so far. In Sector 2 now. Nicely cut from Beastie. But of course we have over a kilometre long back straight. Sambo with damage is going to have a very impressive podium here. He's pulled away from TES Roland. Can he catch Beastie in the final few corners? There's two proper corners coming up. He's had a moment. I think Beastie's going to win this. Just about. No DRS for Sambo either. But any of our drivers here. Overtake button on for both drivers. Sector 3 yellow flag. It's Norris. Is it Norris? It is, but we've got to go back on board with the leaders because Beastie NUFC for Williams from 6th on the grid wins in Baku. TES Sambo comes from P2, TES Roland P3, Risky Andy P4, Warder P5, TES Dom P6, Carroll P7, Norris P8, Will P9, only just though. And coming at the back is the Ferrari driver of Mello 888 who stuck with it and will get a point for the Scuderia. Wow! Just wow, what a race we've had. Beastie NUFC with his first victory of the season. And to quote Daniel Ricciardo, well done Baku, well done. What an incredible race we've had here this evening, and I cannot wait to get the podium guys on to the stream. Beastie NUFC is your race winner. TES Sambo P2 and P3 is TES Roland. So your official race result. Beastie NUFC on the top step for Williams, followed a second behind by TES Roland. Sambo, sorry. TES Roland is P3 for Renault. P4 in the secondary Renault is Risky Andy 666. P5 is Water Zero for Mercedes AMG Petronas, driver of the day, and I would have to agree with that. P6 TES Dom from P11. P7 is TES Carroll, not a great day for him. TES Norris is P8. TES Big Will for Red Bull in P9 and Mello 888. Rounding out the point finishers and everyone else for Ferrari in P10. P11 is TES Madman. P12 is TES Rosberg. P13 is Howitzer 44 and P14 is TES Swayze. What a mad race we've had here. Let's get Beastie into the party. Let's get Sambo and Roland into the party as well. Just wow. And whilst we wait for them, we will have the British National Anthem for our race winner, Beastie NUFC, and the Williams Racing Team. Hold on. So there we have it, the British national anthem for our British race winner and our British team in the Williams. Beastie, welcome to the podium, and what a fantastic way to get your first race win of the season. Just talk us through that.
Oh,
Make
thanks
sure
very
your
much.
audio's included first.
It most certainly is included. Oh, it just all fell into place. Literally, from the start of the race, the safety cars, and unfortunately, Carol and my man had a little incident that just basically opened the door.
Yeah, I tried to explain it, but I couldn't. I honestly don't know what happened there. I was on board with it as well, and I don't know what Carol done, but it completely screwed Madman.
Obviously, my eyes were just in front, so I was like,
Yeah,
try and
that's-
keep a gap, try and keep a gap.
Yeah, pretty comfortable in the end. Did you were you sweating a little bit when you saw both McLarens on the soft tyres in the penultimate safety car though?
I weren't actually thinking about that until like the safety car said it was coming in, and I was like, oh okay, the safety car's actually coming in. Then I took a peek at the tyres, and that's when I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I thought you'd done the correct thing in going for the mediums, and then the safety car came out, and I saw Madman go on soft. I was like, actually, that's probably the way to go. But you managed to keep hold of P1 despite all the pressure from behind from Carol, Madman, and then in the end TES Sambo. Just a massive congratulations on your victory and some very
Thank
good
you.
points for Williams.
Yep.
How are you feeling going into Canada for next week?
More positive, definitely more positive now after that race.
Yeah, you certainly seem to have got found your pace, and Baku tomorrow as well. Hopefully we can get some good points there. But that's a different league. This is XFR. Right, we'll move on to our second place driver, and probably at the start of the race he wasn't expecting it. TES Sambo, welcome.
Hello.
Just
Yeah.
once again,
was-
talk us through that. How are you feeling after that race?
I'm content in the end. I had wing damage for the latter half of the race. Trying to go on the outside of row 2 for the life of me, I couldn't overtake for most of that. For that latter half of that stint. So P2 is not too bad in the end for me. I'll take that as a result.
Yeah,
I ran out of the
you're
rest of the end
even
as well,
better.
so basically just pulled away from me. Because obviously you earned the point before bar on the straight, and I ran out.
Yeah, which... Well done to Beastie for that. It could have been even better for McLaren. Unfortunately, your teammate Madman had a coming together with a certain Alpha Tauri driver. But we will not
Yes.
talk about incidents on
Considering
stream.
I'm outscoring a much stronger teammate, I'll take that. Well, could be.
Yeah,
outscoring a
you can't really
teammate.
be too annoyed with that.
A bit more consistent as well, but yeah.
Yeah, what were your expectations going into Baku this evening?
Most of I had a grand total of about 6 laps from practice. Most of that was 3 of those laps were spent clipping the walls, so I didn't really expect all that much. For the fact that usually people know me to be quite loud and annoying, for the first half of the race, I didn't say a thing. So, quite unusual for me not to say a thing for like the first half of the race, and only after the sort of, maybe a little bit in the first lap, and then after some of the safety cars I kind of piped up a little bit more, but for the most part I kind of like tried to get a little bit more down to business than usual. Tried to like use my some of my driving skill rather than using it for talking.
Deploying skill. Anyway,
Yes.
a massive congratulations on your P2 and some good points for McLaren. It could have been even better, but you can't count your blessings really in Formula One.
Yeah.
But a massive congratulations to yourself.
Thank you very much.
For getting P2. Now, we'll move on to our third place driver. A certain Dutchman sparked a bit of controversy before the race, it may be said. Roland, welcome to the podium.
Thanks very much.
How are you feeling after that race? Because I know you wasn't feeling yourself really before it, but I'm sure this podium has certainly
Yeah,
lightened
it
your
cheered me
mood.
up a bit. It was a good race. I had fun. Yeah, I'm glad I did race tonight. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
everyone is glad
that's
you
what
were
exactly
here as
what I
well.
needed.
But it must be said, I don't know from a driving perspective, but from a commentator's perspective, that race had absolutely everything,
Yeah, it was weird.
including
as fuck.
4 safety cars. Yeah.
Yeah, also for me. I mean, I had wing damage lap 2. I'm like, alright, race fucked. I need a safety car. Then the safety car came. So, pitted again.
Yeah.
And then in the first lap, Howie had wing damage in the castle, and he was just in front of me, and he couldn't turn in, so he understeered into my car. He DNF'd. I spun around with wing damage again. So again had a pit. I was lost again. Yeah, but in the end, it all came together.
Yeah. It's certain. Well, I'm pretty sure it was certain for everyone seeing you towards the end of the Grand Prix, not anywhere near the podium position, and to end up on the podium. It
Yeah.
reminded me of real life Formula One at Monza. Just because of how crazy that race was, and that by far, and we're only on round 8 of 22, guys, was the best race of the season so far. I don't really know what else to say. I wasn't looking forward to commentating on it. That must be said, because I was on my own, but boy did that race make up for it. So just a massive thank you to all the drivers that managed to make that Grand Prix so great. How are you feeling for Canada next week, Roland?
Yeah, it should be good. Now I have to pay some presets, so hopefully I have that as well on customs. And,
Yeah, hopefully
yeah,
so. If
I
not,
might
just
be
run a
in
preset.
next week. I don't want to jinx myself, but should have space for it.
We know you do like a bit of Canada, but
Yeah.
everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for the follows during the stream as well. Join us next Friday evening, same time of 9:30 British Summer Time, for the XFR Formula 2 Division round number 9. Is it round 9? Yes, it is round 9.
Yes.
For the Canadian Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Bye bye for
Bye.
now.
Bye.